After a 4-3 road win on Friday night, the Terriers looked to make it 2 in a row against UNH when they hosted the Wildcats at Walter Brown Arena on Saturday afternoon. Not 2 minutes into the game, Victoria Bach started the scoring with a beauty to make it 1-0. Scores yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely. It's good to show the Terriers' depth.
Score! Victoria Bach from the right wing. Just 1.5 minutes into the game, it's 1-0 Terriers. BU held UNH without too many opportunities the rest of the first period until a power play gave Amy Schlegel a chance to tie the game. Game-winning goal. There's a nice pass and a score. Amy Schlegel, who had a goal and an assist yesterday, finds some room near the left circle and ties the game. The Terriers came out firing in the second with Rebecca Leslie getting an early goal. Centering pass, it got past Allie Prowse and company.
Yeah, you see that where Brianna Scarpesi came in. She's there with Abby Cook, 2 freshmen in that third defensive pairing. Abby Cook has been a stud all year.
Leslie scores! Speaking of studs, Rebecca Leslie gets number 10. She went on an adventure skating around the offensive zone and then buries one past Cashin to give the Terriers a 2-1 lead. After being held scoreless on 2 power plays to start the game, the third time was the charm for Alexis Crosley and the Terriers, who doubled their lead. Power play. This is Elia walking in. Centers for Leslie, goes out to Crosley, who scores! Alexis Crosley with a rocket from the blue line. A power play goal, and the Terriers take a 3-1 lead. But again, UNH took advantage of an extra skater, and Mary Jo Pelletier got one back. To join Crosley and now Parker. Loose puck, Curtis in the slot. Quick shot, loose in front, and they bury the rebound. Mary Jo Pelletier with a power play goal, and it's back to a 1-goal game. Yep. With just a 1-goal lead entering the final frame, the third period was all Terriers, with Victoria Bach scoring a late goal, and an empty netter from Maddie Elia sealed the deal. Blue line poked ahead by D'Souza, now some room for Bach. Victoria Bach on Mary Jo Pelletier, slides through, backhand shot, score! Deflected out front by Abby Cook.
You know, after Wildcats had rattled off 8 consecutive shots, that was BU's first shot since then.
And Maddie Elia caps it off with an empty net goal. Here with Coach Brian DeRocher. And Coach, you've been looking for that wire-to-wire performance, and you had 2 wins over UNH this weekend. Is that the kind of game you're looking for consistently the rest of the way?
Yeah, I think so. You know, I could get nitpicky and want to get a 10 less shots on goal, but I think the kids were fighting, competing. We had a couple 6 or 7 minute segments when I think a lot of shots were put on the net. Namely, I think it was back half of the first period when we were playing pretty well for 12 or 13 minutes. And we can't have those because it can add up in the wrong way. But when it does, you hope people are blocking shots. You're getting the big saves from the goalie, and Victoria did a great job there. And I think as we went along, later in the game, maybe a little bit more composure. Getting pucks up and out a little quicker.
Who impressed you today? We saw 2 great individual efforts from Victoria Bach, another good game in net from Victoria Hansen. What stood out to you?
Yeah, I mean, again, both Victorias played extremely well. Victoria Bach is, again, maybe the most skilled kid in this league with her skating, with her hands, and with the ability to finish, and she got goal number 20 today, which is the third time, I think, in 3 years that she's gotten 20 goals. That's a pretty solid benchmark, to say the least. She's also got a bunch of assists, so she was clearly impressive out there today. But I think it went down the line where people played well. I think last night and again today, Natasha Tarnowski played well for us. And it's important to have everybody playing well at this time. The D were, I think, gamers for the most part. They didn't play a perfect game, but they were competing. They were pretty much staying on the D side, and other than those 6 or 8 minute segments a couple times, pretty solid.
And lastly, standings-wise, where do you see the state of this team right now? You have an opportunity to stay at Walter Brown Arena with 2 home games coming up, and then maybe the tournament for the rest of the year.
Well, the real simple recipe is just win the next 2 games, and we'll be here. If we win 1 or 2, we'll be standings watching and at the mercy of maybe what else happens in a couple other games. But I like to look at what we can do and go out and get points. And if that's 2 points or 4 points or even 3, maybe it's enough to be at home. But there's people, climbing up our backside, and we've got to make sure we take care of business. UNH is one of them, and that's one team that we've pushed behind.
Coach, thanks for the time. Great game.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Here's Rebecca Leslie, scored a nice goal in this game and picked up 2 big wins over UNH. What does this do for the team's confidence and momentum going into the end of the season?
I think it's been really good for our team. We've been working hard in practice, and in the past few games we've been getting where we want to be, and I think that this game is just really how we want to play, and I think that it's going to be a good testament of us coming forward next weekend with senior weekend coming, so it'll be good.
With you back on the ice, Maddie Elia as well, do you feel like this team is the best it's been playing all season long with a full roster of healthy players?
Yeah, we've had some unlucky injuries this year, but it's been nice to get back to a full lineup. I know everyone works really, really hard, so it's been good to get back together.
Love to hear about the great cause that we're able to witness and promote awareness of today. Do It for Darren. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so a good friend of mine passed away in high school due to mental health. And so a bunch of us decided to make some helmet stickers to honor her and to honor her legacy, and it turned into this huge campaign for mental health awareness, and it passed on to other teams, and girls hockey has really ran with it, so it's been a great cause, and it helps us remember her legacy and remember our friend.
Rebecca, it is a great cause, and you played a great game today, so thanks for everything, and keep up the good work.
Thank you.
With 2 big wins in Hockey East play this weekend, the Terriers have just 2 games left in the regular season, both at home on Friday against Northeastern and then on Sunday against Maine to wrap up the regular season.